Hi, this is Katie with craftingwithkatie.com, and today I'm going to be making a slider card using some dies from Papertrey Inc. They're called movers and shakers sliders, and these are the ones I'm going to be using for my card. But when you order these, you actually get them in this size as well, so you can make cards with different orientations. So I haven't tried this one yet, but very fun that you get both. Okay, what I've done so far is I cut this cute little flower pot from the Cricut Everyday Pop-Up Cards cartridge. And I just went ahead and inked it up and put it together. And I actually also ran the brown flower pot through my Cuddlebugs Distress Stripes embossing folder, just to get a little more. And I used Papertrey cardstock for this whole thing, which is really thick, and that's what we want for our slider card, because this is going to be popped up, so we want this to be really sturdy. So I have several different papers that I pulled here. My card base is just going to be craft, and I'm going to be using this golden color, and I'll have all of the colors and products listed on my blog. And then I have these two pieces of pattern paper, which is from the My Mind's Eye Lost and Found 2 Rosy collection. So I'll be using all of those. Okay, my card is going to be an A2 size, so that means it's going to be 5.5 by 4 1/4. So I'm going to make this layer be 5 1/4 by 4. So I'm just going to go ahead, actually I'll cut it this way first. Cut this. Okay. So you see that'll go right on here. And then I'm going to be using this paper, and this is going to be the next layer. So this is going to be 5 inches by 3 3/4. So I'm going to go ahead and start with a 3 3/4. Actually, I want it to go this way. So 3 3/4 across by 5 inches in height. Okay, so that will look like that. Now for this is going to be where the sliders come in. So this piece here is going to cut like a layer that goes on your card. So I just want to measure the width of this. It's a little less than 3 inches. So I'm just going to cut this at 3 inches across. So I'll be able to use that. And then I'll go ahead and get my Cuddlebug. Okay, so I've got my Cuddlebug, and I'm going to start with this piece here. So I have my A plate on the bottom, then my B plate, then my paper, and this little notch is going to be the top, so I want to make sure I don't have my text upside down on this pattern paper. Let's do that. And on top of that, I'm going to put my C plate. Okay, some people I know like to tape their dies down. I find that if I kind of just put pressure on it as I slide it through, it will stay in place. Okay, let's see how this looks. There we go. My plate is so old, things are starting to stick to it. Okay. Now what we need after this is the part that is going to be the slider. This is going to let you pull this up. So what we're going to do is go ahead and get a piece of craft cardstock, and we'll just run this through again. So same configuration of plates. I'll just run this through. There we go. You'll see on the Papertrey ink die that there are these little holes here, and that's going to show you where to score it. However, it doesn't leave any impression on your paper. So if you leave your paper inside of the die and just lay it down, you just want to mark with a pencil some dots along here to show yourself where you're going to score it. And you don't have to worry about doing the top part at all, because you can just tell it's from end to end. Okay, I'm having a hard time actually seeing this. So I'm going to go ahead and just use my scoreboard. I'll just do it like this. I'm just going to put my plate so I can see the dots on there. And I'm just going to line this up right next to it. See that? Actually, I'll go the other way. Get this right here. So I've got the little dots lined up on one of the score marks. And I'll line up my paper, and it doesn't matter if it's just exact, to be honest. It wouldn't really matter. So I'm going to score it right there, just in the middle part. This part that's going to fold, not along the edges. And then I'm just going to line this part up and go from this little section to that little section. There we go. And then it's going to score like this. So I can just crease that down too. Okay, and then on this piece, you're just going to score right along there. Okay, so I have all of the pieces for my card now, and I'm going to just do a little bit of stamping before I put it together. So this is the part that the recipient will pull to reveal what's underneath. So the first thing I have is a teeny little stamp, and it is from Papertrey ink. This is the Movers and Shakers Sentiment. So this is the stamp set that goes along with all the interactive dies. And this little teeny stamp just says pull here. So I'm going to just ink it up with some dark chocolate ink. It's really tiny. And then we'll stamp that right there. Okay. Okay, the next stamp set I'm going to use is My Creative Time's Teeny Tag Greetings, because I decided it would be really cute to have coming around the flower pot a little tag. I'll just tie it with some twine. And on this tag, I'm going to stamp her sentiment that says, let's see exactly, get well soon. So again, I'm going to use the dark chocolate ink. There, and I left a little room on the side for my bow. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is just get enough twine to wrap it around maybe 3 times plus tie a bow. So this is Rustic Jute Button Twine from Papertrey ink. Alright, now yeah, I forgot to tell you the card. This is for my friend Liz of Liz's Paper Loft. She had shoulder surgery last week, so the poor thing is in a lot of pain and needs some cheering up. Okay, so we'll pull this through. I'm not very good at tying bows off camera, so on camera could be a little interesting. Ah. There. I'll just trim this off. My bows always come out upside down. I'm not sure why. And sometimes I remember to turn what I'm doing over so it's not upside down, but obviously I forgot this time. I'll probably end up putting a little pop dot under that just to hold it in place. Okay, so the last sentiment I'm going to use is going to be from My Creative Time's Pain, Pain, Go Away. And it's actually, the sentiment I'm using says exactly that, pain, pain, go away. So cute. So I'm going to have this here so when Liz pulls this up, she's going to find this little sentiment underneath. So I went ahead and stitched these two together with my sewing machine. And now I'm going to adhere that to the card base. So I'm just going to use my ATG gun. Doing a little over here, so I'll just fold that under. Okay. We'll get that centered. Okay, so the next part is the little slider section. So what I did was I got some 1/8 inch score tape. And I got this at Papertrey Ink also, but I'm sure you can get it at lots of places. And what you want to do is just go around the two sides and the bottom, just right along the edge so you have room for the slider mechanism. So I'm going to go ahead and pull off this tape part there. And I'm going to center that. Okay. Now this part, you can see what you do is you take the part that you folded up and add some more score tape, and that's rounded, so it's going to be fitting right here. But what you have to do is actually slide it through. There it is. Now I'm just going to pull off the paper on here. Now here's the part where you just have to get it just lined up right. It's actually not too hard. Okay. So you can tuck that back in or pull it up. And I'm going to adhere my little flower pot. I'm going to try tucking that all the way in, make it just flat for now. And because I have the twine here, and that's a little sticking up a little bit, I thought I would use some little foam squares. These are from Scrapbook Adhesives from my friend Kim. She sent me some really fun little scrapbooking products. Okay, so we'll just put this right here. And now we have a finished card. So you just take the little pull here, you pull it up, and it reveals the pain, pain, go away. And if you wanted to, you could even put something under here. So that's my card for today. Thanks for watching, and for all the details on the products I use, you can visit my blog, craftingwithkatie.com. Bye-bye.